Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hale empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. And being Halka, I'm always feeling all kinds of ways. I just like to share what I learn from collecting data throughout the day. I get a feel. I watch a lot of media, not like main. I just look at a lot of stuff. I'll just save my words tonight because I don't want to make this too long. Calendar's gonna flip. I think about how much things have changed in the course of a short period of time. 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar. Every time another calendar year in since then, I'm just like, oh, here it's coming. Another page is slipping over. Oh, here it's coming. The big change, the big shift, however it plays out in your life, and whatever you believe in, whatever you look at, however you're collecting your data, that's how it's going to play out this next year, man. 2020, the year of clear vision. We're going to start seeing how we want them, how they are, not how we want them to be. There's a big difference. There's a big, huge timelines are changing here and there. Big things are happening. Carol, old lady across the street, she's moving out. She's got till midnight. Anyway, that was an interesting storyline there. It's now about to be over. I'm glad that she's moving on her own, or with how I'm glad she's moving and she didn't die, because her health was pretty frail there for a while, and it was pretty iffy. And at one point, I thought she did. So be well. It's gonna be an interesting year. All the data you've collected, it's gonna either make you or break you this year. A lot of people, their belief systems are gonna be shattered. Sometimes their psyche shatters right along with their belief system. So you gotta treat people with kid gloves at some occasions. A lot of people are becoming oversensitive for whatever reason. Whatever the reason, the source of the sensitivity is, it's happening. It doesn't matter. The source of the sensitivity is more and more kids are being born more sensitive, like I was. It happened to me. And shortly the numbers were a lot smaller then. Now the numbers are a lot larger. The only thing is I can help with the energy part. I can help with these kids that are so anxious and get so twisted up, their dis-ease. I can help remedy that. Anyway, I got lots of ideas, and that's another cool part about this next year, is that a lot of old storylines and paradigms and ideas of things they're dying away, man. They're dying away, which is finally good for dreamers like me, because it's going to be a time for the dreamer. This whole next year the dreamers are going to be able to step up. And it seems like the more authentic they are, the more they're going to be needed. They may get the press, or they may get the exposure that the world needs, but they may not. And I don't do videos to share what I learn, because I think it's going to put me in good advantage, because hopefully my currency, my power, my abilities, I can earn, and hopefully people start hiring for my photography, and they'll start buying my dog beds and dog on it. And I got all kinds of other ideas, ways to earn income. What I learn here, this is just all for fun and for free, and if people want to recognize this with an energetic match, it's always appreciated. Yeah. It's also a video diary that I keep track of things here too, and chances are whatever I share on this tube, it'll probably become important one day. I'm sure of it, because I got a good way with words and whatnot. It probably will happen long after I'm gone. I'll probably be seeing it from hanging out in the cosmos, looking down, be like, alright, right on, right on. If I can contribute to the raising of the vibration of this earth, you know, or I don't even need to do it for the whole entire freaking earth if I can just do it for a couple people, you know, because this whole next year, man, mental health is going to go down the tube, because you got to look at what led us to this place. You see, when people are always on electronic devices, they're not thinking about their feelings, and they're not even going outside riding their bike and falling down and getting hurt and climbing trees and falling out and breaking arms. And, you know, there's soccer and basketball, and that's, you know, but shoot, that's not even for, you know, it still costs money and just do that. So for like poor kids, you know, my point is, people put themselves in a bubble for a real long time. And there comes a point in every person's life that something happens and your whole world changes. And it's not like that you die. Well, that definitely changes everything. But something happens. And it does it in different points in your life. And every time something like that happens and it puts your body in like a shock state, you know, where you're like, you know, when everything slows down, goes in slow motion. And it's like people are talking, you know, and it's like you're tuning people out, and it's like your world is changing in a big way. That happens a time or two in life, and some people, depending on their path, you know, it happens a lot more. We're a lot more versed for it. It's happened to me. I've been shocked a lot. That's why I'm like trying to take it easy. In the second part of my life, God willing, I live as long as my grandparents on my dad's side, in my 80s. You know, if I get that much long in life, you know, I just got to be chill, because I already had my shockings. I don't want no more, you know. So I'm trying to manifest a life of just me and Mom on a little hill, and you know, we can have roommates or hill mates or whatever. Just going to town whenever I need to, and then just retreat and have people, you know, come visit and all. There's places I'd like to visit every now and again, but I'm not looking for a whole lot. You know, I've had a lot of life experiences. You know, it's New Year's Eve, and it's going to start out, you know, it's the year 2020, the year of clear vision. You know, you're going to see how there's going to be a lot of people get in trouble tonight, more than just the normal, usual amount, because the energy is just wild. The sky in Salem earlier today was freaking wild. It looked like a boiling water, like if you're looking up at boiling water, that's what the clouds looked like, you know. And I had all kinds of people looking up today, going, you know, yeah, tell me freaking, anyway, the energy is just very, very, it's percolating. You know, a lot of people had a really freaking crappy 2019. I know I wasn't on my list of favorite years, that's for sure. 2020, man, that's a nice even number. That's a nice balanced number, you know. But in order to get balance, all this unbalance is going to go whoop, flippy flurly, twirly whirly, and the, you know, up's going to be down for a minute, and it's going to get crazy for a little while, and it'll start balancing out. But if you've been a creep and a cretin and a shady, you know, just scoundrel, it ain't gonna be your year. If you've been an egomaniac, opportunist, freaking all that low vibrational behavior, it ain't gonna be your year. Unless you look at it as an opportunity to grow and just, you know, do a Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge, and do a 180 and just start living right, you know. You can't take your stuff with you. You might as well share what you got with other people. The more I start earning, it's just, I'm going to have a constant outflow. Is just as much as the inflow. I'm going to keep 49% and get 51% away. And I'm going to give it to the people who it's going to count, to the people on the streets, not to no 401 BS, no freaking non-profit, man. All these non-profits are just little hubs that people can throw their money at, and then, you know, you're paying for their ego and their overhead and their banquets and their retreats and all this stuff, and very little actually goes to the people on the streets. Yet more and more people keep ending up on the streets. But with all these not-profits that are oh so noble and helping all these people, how come the numbers are growing? You're doing it wrong. So Anyway, we'll leave all that soapbox into another video. Does that about 9 minutes, about 10 minutes. It's my 10-minute warning when the camera starts to go dull. So, mental health, people are becoming more sensitive. You know, they're tuning in. They're becoming in line with their awareness, and they're always told that that's schizophrenia and all this stuff. But thank goodness there's people like me letting you know that there ain't nothing wrong with you, that you're just picking up on frequencies and things. Just like a radio, it ain't no different than a radio, CB, DV, it's all frequency. And, you gotta just remember this, that nothing that's good for you is gonna tell you to ever harm yourself. So if you have voices or, whatever, telling you that you need to cause harm to yourself in any kind of way, that's kind of negative attachment you got on you, and there's a way to get rid of that stuff, so don't you worry. The world is changing, and there's a new age happening, and all the woo-woo is true, and all that stuff, like I saw today, Big Pharma was gonna raise, like, the prices of, like, 200 freaking different kind of medications that people need to freaking maintain life, supposedly. But I'm here to tell you that more and more people are going to start living healthy and put all those companies out of business, because you're not going to need them, because you'll just live right and then not be a jerk and get cancer, So, and not hold things back and get cancer. People just won't get, you don't need their stupid pills, man. Anyway, I'm going to stay in, because there ain't nothing better. I mean, on a Tuesday, there's not a lot of reason to get me to, or afternoons, not a lot of reason to get me to leave my house. So I sure as heck ain't gonna leave it, go hang out with a bunch of drunkards on the street, egomaniacs. I just had a couple. They're gonna be on both sides of the law too, so. Yep, it's definitely a stay-at-homesies. I'll probably go to sleep around the regular time, about 10 o'clock or so, and shut off all my technologies, my phone and everything, and then just wake up to 2020. Whoopee! Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.